In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your coolant reservoir on your Ford Taurus. It is located on the passenger side under the hood. Okay, so we're going to take our cap off our reservoir, and we're going to go underneath and drain the radiator. Using a 5.5 millimeter socket, I'm going to take out these 7 bolts. All right. As you can see, I had to spray some rust penetrant. If your car's rusty, you can do that too. And the last one over here. Okay, using a 5.5 millimeter socket, you're going to take out this bolt on this side, and there's one on the other as well. Using an 8 millimeter socket, we're going to take out this bolt and the one on the other far side, and then there's a 10 millimeter for the middle. Might have to use some vice grips on that. All right, so this one's a 10 millimeter socket. All right, so now we can take this down. Using a 19 millimeter wrench, you're going to unscrew your radiator plug, and you're going to drain your coolant. Now that you have drained your radiator, you can close down the plug with a 19 millimeter wrench. I'm going to take off my hose clamp, and we are going to disconnect our hoses. I'm going to take off this hose clamp. And then we're going to take off this hose as well. Sometimes they get a little stuck. Okay, I'm using some pliers. I'm going to take this hose clamp off. Push that down there. Make sure you have a drip pan below in case there's any residual fluid. Push that off to the side. We're going to use a 10 millimeter socket, and we are going to loosen up this bolt. All right, so now we're going to use a 10 millimeter and take this bolt out. Okay, now that you got that bolt out, you can take this and remove it. All right, so now we're going to drop this in, lining up the plastic bracket in first, and then the holes for the bolt second. Like that. I'll start my bolt over here first. We had to replace our bolt. Now we can put our other bolt in. All right, so now we're gonna put our hose back on. Might have to change your pliers midway through after you get it up on the hose a little bit to needle nose. There we go. And our last hose over here. All right, so we are going to put our splash shield up and stick it underneath the bumper. I'm going to try to line up all the different fastener holes with the bumper holes. All right, you want to get your middle screw started first to hold up the rest. All right, and now you're just going to work your way around, getting these bolts in the clips. So you might have to stretch your bumper over to reach this one, just because it's all plastic we're dealing with. All right, so you're going to get this one in. These are easier when you get them hand started, because they kind of hold their place. All right, so now you're gonna put these in. Again, try to get them started by hand first, makes it easier. Now we can move on to our next one. All right, we had to replace our hardware due to some issues getting it off, so you can, by all means, use your old hardware if it still works. There's one here, and then there's one here. All right, we've set up our funnel, ready to receive some coolant. I'm going to fill it up till max, and then we're going to start the car and let the system bleed itself. You're going to use the recommended coolant by the manufacturer. So keep filling the coolant until it no longer goes down, and then you get it till about halfway up your funnel. Then you're going to start the vehicle and let it run for a while, put the heat on. You're going to wait for the thermostat to open. When the engine gets hot enough, that's when that happens. The system will bleed, and then what's ever left in your funnel will go into the engine, into the radiator, and then you just top it off after it's hot. After you're done and your coolant is at the right level, it should say filled hot or filled cold. If your vehicle's hot, obviously fill it up to hot. Then you're going to put your cap on. And you can take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.